Guys, this is absolutely stupendous. I'm on the way to the Giant's Causeway, and honestly, this view is just incredible. I've come from White Park Bay, way down there. I've actually come from Ballantoy Harbour, but look, it is just incredible. That's Rathlin Island, so I'll go there when I'm back this way, because I'm coming back to see my friend Hilary, to dress up and have a girly night and a drink when I get around the coast. But look at that, isn't it incredible? Absolutely amazing, and it's a delightful day today. And there's my shadow, woohoo! And we're following the coast path around, but that view is just amazing, isn't it? Not my shadow, but that. Look at it. It's just unreal. Absolutely beautiful. Wow, it wouldn't let me go live, so I thought I'd do a video and show you guys, because it's just stupendous, isn't it? Absolutely breathtaking. Let's plod on a bit, see if there's something around this corner. We're getting really close to the Giant's Causeway. For now you can just see my shadow plodding along, and everything I own on my back. Actually no, I've got a few things scattered here and there in Chippenham and Oxford and Dorset, I think. A few bits and pieces of my life. But look at this. Wow. Just amazing. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Look at that little house down there. That's just amazing. Wow. In fact, I think... No, I don't know if we did. I remember going to a little cottage like that, but I don't think it was here. Isn't that incredible? Absolutely incredible. Let me see if I can get a screenshot of this while I'm filming, because it's so incredible. I think it took a picture. Wow. Just amazing, guys. This coastline, and the sun's out. Hopefully it'll dry some of these muddy paths off. But wow, that's amazing. Off we go. Go and see Finn McCall, the Giant's Causeway. Look at that. We don't want to go too close to the edge, but look at that. It's just breathtaking. My big shadow. Look at that. Wow. Plodding on. That must have been a building of some sort. Oh, you hear the mud squish, 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 squish. That little house down there, how incredible is that? Probably an old fisherman's cottage. Just amazing. Splish splash. Might get a better view at the top. Off we go. Sun shining, can't complain. And I have two wonderful, thank you Fergus, Fergal. I had two wonderful days in the cottage, and wine and nibbly bits and chocolate cake with Hilary, naughty Hilary. And hello to the ladies in the Bothy Cafe. Hilary's daughter Jessica used to work in there. Up we go. Woo! Look at that. Amazing. When I'm walking, because I have low iron, I do take iron pills, I can walk on the flat for miles and miles and miles. But because I've got low iron, I do struggle climbing up hills sometimes. I get a little bit out of breath. But I'm eating stuff with iron and taking iron pills, and I'm plodding on. But look at that. It's just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And let's see what's at the top, shall we? I'm so giant, I look like Finn McCall. There I go. Let's get the view from the top. Some friends of mine down in Shire, Daniel and Charlene, Daniel McNeil walks the coast. They've just got a GoPro, and that's a really good idea because it takes better videos and stuff. So maybe that's something I need to do. Good thinking, guys. I'll try and raise some funds from my calendar because I get a small percent of it. I'm paying for the calendars and I get a small percent and the rest goes to the RNLI. Wow, look at this. Incredible. So maybe I'll be able to get one. We're in Port Moon. Fishermen of the Causeway Coast have harvested the Atlantic Ocean from Port Moon for centuries. So that little fisher thing down there is, it says from about 1830, bag nets were fastened to rocks in the bay, intercepting salmon. Wow. So look up the history of Port Moon, guys, and I'll try and put a link on there. There we go. That's Port Moon. Beautiful. Right, let's plod on. A bit further. Sun shining. What I'll do, guys, is I'll go video again when we get to the Giant's Causeway. I just wanted you to see that breathtaking coastline. Lots of love.